Chineke na nke igwe biko dịka isi we napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt kwetu agwa wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuru nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi si gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwanyị akpụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ ha wee daa hapụghị ikuni ọzọ obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọkwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkwa ha nsọ gị na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onwe onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise. Having handed over our proceedings to heaven, we must therefore proceed.
Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, I thank you very much for your contributions on my channel. Thank you for all that you're putting down on the comment section. I read your comments from time to time, and your comments is a source of encouragement for me. I learn a lot from your comments. I learn a lot. We cannot do this alone. Nobody knows it all. We're all putting our heads together to find a way forward for us to be able to succeed in what is happening, in the situation that we all found ourselves. Those of us who have found ourselves in that contraption called Nigeria, the Oduduas and the Biafrans. Those of us who has been occupied and forced into a marriage that we do not bargain for. And today we are fighting as much as we can to get away from that very contraption. We have to add our voice. Thank you very much for joining me. Today, I'm here once again to talk about the situation of that very contraption called Nigeria. As you all know, it is not getting well anytime soon. It's not getting better. Not until they give us a referendum for us to decide our fate. Nothing is going to work out. People will continue to suffer. People will continue to die in that contraption called Nigeria. That is where we are all adding our own voice to make the world hear us, so that they can come to our aid and listen to what is happening. Because people who are telling our stories are not saying the truth. That is why we have taken up the charge to tell the story of what is happening in that contraption called Nigeria. Tell it the way it is. Tell it without looking at anybody's face. Thank God for MAZI NNAMDI KANU, who has come forward to preach the gospel and give us the message. MAZI NNAMDI KANU has awakened a lot of us, educated a lot of us, and most of the things that we know today we knew through MAZI NNAMDI KANU's message. We'll listen to his message every now and again, and whenever he's silent, you see, everybody becomes afraid. Just as we know that this is a moment of prayer, a moment of meditation. Our supreme leader, MAZI NNAMDI KANU, is on prayer section. And whenever he's on this kind of a silence and prayer section, when he comes out, believe you me, there will be a change. Something different is going to happen. Something different is really going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I can smell something coming. If you are a Biafran, begin to straighten your belt, tight your belt so hard. If you are from Odudua land, tight your belt so hard. Something is going to happen. We cannot be silent. They have continued to intimidate us, continue to take the life of the Southeasterners, the Southerners as a whole. The Fulani Janjaweed are using their military to occupy the space and take as many lives as they can as we speak. People are losing their life on the southeastern part of Nigeria, more especially in Olo, more especially in Imo State, in Rivers State, in Ebonyi State. People are losing their lives on a daily basis. The Janjaweed are using the governors whom they have imposed on us because we didn't elect any of them. None of us elected Hope Uzodinma. As you all know, Hope Uzodinma was taken for number 4 to come and be the governor of Imo State. He was appointed by the Janjaweed. They used their court, their Jamboree court, to bring Hope Uzodinma to the forefront, and today he is there standing as a governor, killing innocent people, killing his own fellow Biafrans. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's not getting any better soon. That is why we have to add our voice. Whatever platform you have to add your voice. If you cannot make a video, share the video for the people who are speaking. There are a lot of videos that have been made by MAZI NNAMDI KANU. There are a lot of videos that have been made by so many people who are agitating for freedom, agitating for Biafra. Biafra agitators all over the world. People speaking the truth. Share the videos when you see them. You never know who will come across the video and come to our aid. We'll have to keep on talking, keep on shouting. MAZI NNAMDI KANU has done a great job of educating. So many of us, and most of us, are graduates today. We can now speak and say the truth exactly what it is. We cannot hide it, and we cannot allow them to continue to tell our stories. That is why we are taking up the challenge to tell our stories and tell the world what is going on in that very contraption called Nigeria. It is sad when we say that that contraption has to be disintegrated, that contraption has to come to an end so that people will go their separate ways and have a nation they can be proud of. We are not missing word in saying it. We are saying that not out of hate, not out of wickedness, but we are saying it in order to save life. The only way to save life of the indigenous people of that contraption called Nigeria is by breaking it up. Break it up into regions so that people will go back home and be able to secure themselves and protect their land. If not, the Fulani invaders are not relenting in their efforts. They are planning as much as they can, moving forward as much as they can to grab land from the indigenous people. You have seen their president come out to speak. While every other person is talking about ranching, their president have come out on a national television to promote open grazing. Open grazing that even the northern governors have come out and said that they don't want the open grazing. They don't want it to continue. The southern governors come out and held a meeting that they don't want the open grazing to continue. But to their greatest surprise, their so-called president, the man they left in Asorock wearing masks as Mohammadu Buhari, came out and still said that he is pursuing the open grazing. Open grazing, allowing Fulani from all parts of the world to come and settle in Nigeria. Where are they going to settle? In your land and in my land. They want to take away as many people as they can, kill as many as they can, and occupy the land. That is their mission and nothing else. But it is sad that the people are so divided that they cannot unite together and fight in a common front. That is why we are having problem today. MAZI NNAMDI KANU, most of his messages have been shouting for a very long time, preaching, asking people to stand up, that something is coming, something is going to happen, warning. Nobody is listening. Thank God today, everything that he has said has come to pass before our very eyes, and more are coming. If you do not wake up and stand up, everything is going to come before your face, and it will happen. Thank God for our brothers from the Odudua land. The Odudua brothers have woken up fully, and they are fighting hard, tooth and nail, to secure their land. They are fighting, speaking up in their opinion, doing their rallies. You can see their rally, massive movement of their rally, having a lot of people responding. That is what every indigenous tribe in that country is supposed to be doing. The Biafrans are doing a lot already through MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The Biafrans have brought awakening in that very country called Nigeria, and so many people are awake. Nobody is sleeping anymore, except for those who are still pretending, those who are still trying to be politically correct, while their people are dying. It is sad the way the intimidation that is happening in Nigeria there, and nobody is talking about it. That is why they are having power over us. Because things happen, people go about their business and pretend as if nothing happens. Biafrans has been killed, have been subjugated, have been marginalized. Their life have been taken. A war that have happened for a very long time is still going on till date. And other Nigerians pretend that they don't know about it. Some say that they deserve it. You see about the killing of the innocent Biafrans on a daily basis. Each time they come on the national television to fight against IPOB. IPOB is the indigenous people of Biafra. And everybody from the old southeastern region is a Biafran. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. It doesn't matter if you attend the family meeting or you don't attend the family meeting. The Fulani Janjaweed know you as a Biafran. And each time you see them talking against IPOB, they are talking against you and I. Whenever you hear the governors make their announcement, or the president make the announcement, or whoever come to talk against IPOB, saying they are coming down IPOB to kill IPOB, they are coming to kill everyone from the old southeastern part of Nigeria, so long you are in that zone. It doesn't matter if you decide not to be a member of a family member of IPOB. They know you as a member of IPOB, and each time they say they are coming to kill IPOB, they are coming for you and I. That is why we don't have to be silent. We don't have to keep our eyes closed. We have to keep our eyes open at every point in time and speak the truth. We have to expose them. These people have been taking the life of people indiscriminately from time. We fought the civil war that they imposed on us, not because we wanted to fight a war, but they imposed a war on us, trying to destroy us and commit genocide against us. We had no other choice than to protect ourselves. The civil war was imposed on us. We fought for 3 good years. After much more, they said no victor, no vanquish. We accepted. We wanted to reintegrate again into Nigeria and continue life as usual, but they have refused. Since the war ended in 1977 up to this very moment, the war is still going on. The war that they've been fighting against us since 1976 up to this date, the war is still going on and they are still killing us. When they told you that the war has ended, it never ended. There was no reintegration, there was no rebuilding, there was no reconstruction. There was nothing that was done to make sure that southeastern part of Nigeria still belong to that contraption called Nigeria. That is why if you are from the southeastern part of Nigeria and you are still supporting war in Nigeria, you are going to pay with your life. Believe you me, you are going to sing the national anthem of Biafra in your grave. Because Biafra will surely come. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter whom you are. Whether you support Biafra or you don't support Biafra, Biafra will surely come. And for those of you who don't support Biafra, who are not supporting the struggle of Biafra, the struggle of independence of the people of Biafra, for those of you who are not supporting, and you are from the southeastern part of Nigeria, old southeastern part of Nigeria, you are going to sing the national anthem of Biafra in your grave. That is for sure. Each time MAZI NNAMDI KANU comes out to speak and say, if you do not fight, if you don't come to defend yourself, you're going to pay with your blood. You think it is a joke. Whatever MAZI NNAMDI KANU has said in his platform, in the platform of the broadcast of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, everything he has said is gospel and they always come to pass. They always come to pass. The earlier you repent, the better. The better for you. We all have to repent and come together and fight this battle together. We should not allow them to tell our story. The only man that we have as we speak now that is speaking for you and I is Senator Abaribe. He doesn't miss word. He doesn't shy about it. He doesn't hide about it. We don't have any other senator. We don't have any other politician that can speak on your behalf. No organization in that very country called Nigeria speaks on your behalf or on my behalf. The only person that speaks for you and I is Senator Abaribe. That is why I want you to watch the defense of Senator Abaribe for you and I. Once again, listen to every word he has to say. He is speaking up for you, speaking up for me. If you have not known what is going on in Nigeria, they are not for your own good, neither are they working for my own good. We have to stand up. Stand up and do the needful. Stand up and support MAZI NNAMDI KANU, support ESN with the last drop of your blood. That is the only way you can survive.
Newsnight talks to the chairman of the National Assembly Southeast Caucus and Senate Minority Leader, Einaya Abaribe. Distinguished Senator Abaribe, thank you for your time. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Ladi.
In this chair that you're sitting a little while back was your former colleague, Senator Chris Ngige, now minister in the federal cabinet. And I asked him, I said, the allegations of marginalization and sidelining from the Southeast, what did he make of them? He told me two things. On the side of infrastructure, he said the Southeast cannot claim to have been marginalized, but that a point could be said to have been made in the case of appointments, but that something was being done by the federal government about that. So I'm going to put the same question to you now. We had this same discussion about 18 months ago. What do you think is responsible for perceived or real gripes over marginalization from the Southeast region?
Well, Ladi, I think that we had this conversation 18 months ago, sometime in 2019.
Yes.
And all it reminds me of today is what I learned when we were doing elementary French in the secondary school. There's said plus ça change, plus la même chose. In other words, the more things change, the more they remain the same. I've not seen any change. There is no administration that has come that has not tried to get to grips with infrastructure. And so Nobody can say today, oh, we're giving you infrastructure. They're not giving us infrastructure more than they're giving any other zone in the country. On the contrary, the infrastructure that is being given, especially in the rail infrastructure, is much less than in other zones, even though it's being done by a loan that all of us are going to pay for. So the infrastructure part, nobody can come to tell me, oh, don't worry, we're doing infrastructure. No, that does not. Yes, of course, we agree that roads are being done, but they're not being completed. Of course, you know, the normal thing that the APC-led government does, anytime you I want to remind them that they came into office in order, as they said, to change what had happened in the past. They now fall back to tell you, after all, they didn't do it in the past. That was the reason why you were elected. So when they come into with that type of disingenuous argument, you know, some of us just look at it and we say, well, we don't expect anything else. On the side of, like you said, that the Honorable Minister said in terms of appointments and all that, it's not just appointments. It is the pervasive feeling that you people are second-class citizens. And I'll just give you 3 instances to tell you the mindset of those who are in charge in the country today. And that is why the Southeast people don't feel very comfortable with this administration. First, Danladi Umar of the Code of Conduct found in an altercation with some people in somewhere that he went to do some shopping. He was dealing at that time with a guard from Benue, not an Igbo person. And when there was a hula bolo coming out of it, the next thing he told his media person to say that Biafra boys attacked him. How could somebody? In other words, there are some part of this country that they call Biafra people, who are supposed to be the bad people. Then we go to the next one, and the southern governors made a strong statement about the law, because all that they said, no open grazing, because the land use decree gives the governors the right to determine the usage of land. And then the Attorney General of the Federation, who's supposed to be chief law officer, in responding to the southern governor, say, oh, what you're doing is the same thing as spare parts, banning spare parts in parts of the north. And everybody, of course, knows that the spare part dealers are mostly from the southeast. And then the third one, and the one that was the most painful cut for most of the people from the southeast, is when Mr. President was doing his interview in Arise Television, and there was a question about the IPOB. I said, oh, don't worry, those people, they're just a dot, and they have businesses and property all over the country. In other words, equating everybody who is from the southeast, who has a business elsewhere from the southeast, as IPOB. So that gives you the mindset. And so when we talk about marginalization. Anybody in the Southeast, what they see is you don't belong. You understand me? That's all that they see. So if the president, for example, is required under the law to go ahead and appoint people, one per state, that is a requirement of the law. And so, for even all those people that he appoints from other places, the ones that he is comfortable with, they also have the same minister coming from their place. And so you're not doing us a favor. But it comes out when the statement is made by him or not. After all, did we not appoint you? Come on.
When last I spoke to you, I put the question to you then that do you think zoning the position of president and all that comes with it to the Southeast could help assuage some of these feelings of being left out, some of these feelings of injustice and so on, as a deliberate act? People point to the fact that in 1998, when there was the transition program that led to the Fourth Republic, there was a deliberate effort on the part of the elite, military and civilian, to say, look, the 1993 election that led to all the trouble that finally culminated in both the death of the then head of state, General Abacha, and then subsequently the death of the winner of the election, Chief Abiola, necessitates us as a country to say, okay, look, let's assuage that feeling in the case of the Southwest. And so at that time, you had the major parties zoning their tickets to the Southwest. And of course, at the end of the day, someone from the Southwest did emerge president. I put that question to your former colleague, and he said he felt so, even though it was not written in the Constitution. And that was what gave him some level of fear. That because that item was in the 1995 Constitution, but it isn't in the 1999 Constitution. Do you agree with him?
Let's talk about what is in the Constitution or not. Britain doesn't have a constitution. I'm sure you know that. But they still run a parliamentary democracy. And there are some morals, and there are some things, and there are some ways that people do things which has been accepted by everybody. And so whenever people resort to saying, oh, it's not here or there, you know that they're trying to avoid dealing with the issues, even without something being in the Constitution. I think a particular section of the Constitution, I think Section 5 also, says that you have to run the country in such a way as to engender unity and all that. So you can find justification in the Constitution if you want to. It's once you don't want to that you always have to, try to find.
But it does seem as if there's some level of consensus building around that idea, regardless of whether or not it is in the Constitution.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's why I pointed you to what was not even in the British Constitution that is being done. So what goes on today, actually, is really that there's always an effort. People who genuinely think that the country should move forward will look and say, why don't we go this way or go that way? And of course, those who also have vested interest will say it's not there, show us where it is. I don't think there's everything that happens in a country that can be put in a constitution. How would you cover every aspect of life? You won't be able to. But there are some good things that you know that if you do it, it will lead us to a better union. Let's just put it that way. And so, the consensus building around saying, assuming this part of the country is brought in, let's just say that, and that will help each and every one of us, you know. But I remember also that in our last interview, I also told you that as much as all these things are good, it is the intention of how somebody wants to do something that actually assuages you. Listen, if, for example, Mr. President had not described all of us as the Igbos as a dot in a circle, do you think people will be angry? If his expressions that day was something that was not so disdainful, I don't think people will have felt so bad. So the idea of, you know, always feeling that, oh, except you do A, B, C, D. No. People look at your intentions. People look at how you act. People look at how you carry yourself. I think one of the popular T-shirts being sold around the Southeast now is One Dot Nation. You know, people have now appropriated it and said, oh, yes. Another one is Onye Dot. You know, I mean, they've now turned it into, okay, it's a badge of honor. It actually tells you that it is not the make us president or all that. That is the key issue. The key issue is, can we be accepted? You understand, in your thinking as, you know, and, you know, we look at it, and of course, when politicians like me talk, we reduce it to, of course, specifics of give me this position or that position. But that's not really the point. As leaders in the Southeast, we had a parley with the defense minister and a federal government delegation that they brought. They came to see us, and we appreciated it. But one question arose out of that meeting. On that same week, more than 100 people were killed in Kebbi. Ditto for Zamfara and all those people. And nobody sent any delegation to go and have a parley with all the leaders of that place. Meanwhile, that same week we had a parley. How many people were actually killed in the Southeast? And so, if you're from the Southeast, the question you ask yourself is, why am I being treated differently? Don't forget that at that same time, and I think there are still some 100 and something pupils that had been kidnapped and are still in Niger State. Nobody has sent a delegation to say, why you people? You know, so it gives you a sense that because it's you, the treatment has to be different.
When we talk about the challenges that the southeastern parts of Nigeria is facing, it's not a joke. And now, it is not just the southeastern parts of Nigeria. The whole southern part of Nigeria now is being invaded by the military. They are planning headstrong to destroy all the southeastern part of Nigeria and hand the land over to the Fulani Janjaweed. This is their plan. Very soon, they are coming on our Yoruba brothers. Thank God for Sunday Ighoho, who is standing tall and preparing himself for what is coming ahead. We have to continue to pray for Sunday Ighoho on daily basis, because something that is coming to him, I pray that Almighty God will give him the strength to withstand. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to guide and protect everybody who is fighting for freedom. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to strengthen every Biafran. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to strengthen every Odudua. Chukwu Abiyama continue to protect all the middle veterans who are fighting a righteous cause, who are sincere in the fight for self-defense, in the fight for survival in that very contraption called Nigeria. We don't have to be silent. Don't allow them to take charge of the story. Tell your story and tell the truth of what is going on in that very contraption. It is not well at all. Referendum is what we ask for, and they want to kill us. We never ask for war. They are bringing war upon us. They have, in fact, brought war upon us, and they're killing us. And we cannot be silent. Whatever happens in the future, nobody should blame the Biafrans, because we have endured enough. They have killed us enough. But remember, MAZI NNAMDI KANU said, they will kill us, we will kill them, and at last, Biafra will come. That is where we are now. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to protect MAZI NNAMDI KANU. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to protect Biafra. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to protect Sunday Ighoho, protect the Oduduans. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to put word into the heart of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, so that we can be more educated and more strong to fight this battle to the end. Thank you so much for joining me on my program. Remain blessed wherever you are, and share the video with everybody that needs to hear our voice. Let them see and hear our voice. Join on this very struggle, so that we can be able to survive and overcome. Yes, Biafra is here. We must surely overcome. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.